Hey guys, Patrick Gallagher here with Patrick Gallagher Blues Guitar Lessons, and today I want to show you half of the introduction to Joe Bonamassa's song Blues Deluxe. Actually today I'm thinking I'm probably going to show you only half of what I just played, and in another video I'll show you the second half. Okay, so the first thing I want to just point out to you that basically what we're doing is we're playing a C minor pentatonic scale in the first position, and I'm not going to go through that, but if you know your pentatonic scales, then you know what I'm doing here. If you don't know your pentatonic scales, Google pentatonic scales C minor, and you'll find that you're playing what I'm playing right here. Alright, now we're going to start on the C note on the 4th string. 3rd finger is on the 10th fret. That's the very first note. And then the second note is, we're just walking down the scale, alright, from lowest to highest note. So we're going from there to the 3rd string with our first finger on the 3rd string. Okay, and that's an E flat. Okay, so we're going to C to E flat. And then we're going to hammer it down with our 2nd finger on that 3rd string. So 1, 2. Alright. The whole lick that we're trying to play is this. Okay? So we're going to play 3rd finger starts on that 4th string. And then 1st finger on the next 2 notes plays on the 3rd string, and we play 1st to 2nd finger from the 8th to the 9th fret, like that, okay? So next note after is on the 2nd string, and that is a G note on the 2nd string, 8th fret, alright? Then we play an A on that 2nd string on the 10th fret. So, and the last note is the C note on the 1st string on the 8th fret. And give it a little tremolo. You don't have to be really, doesn't have to be fast. Just kind of bend up and bend, let it come back down on its own. Alright? Alright, so let's practice that together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Alright, one more time. I'll go a little slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Alright, now if you're just starting to begin to play the guitar, just, you can't go as fast as I just did it, that's okay. Just go as fast as you can go. Practice it over and over again, and then within a week or two, I would say you should be able to get up to this speed. Okay? Now, for those of you that have been playing a while, you want to, after you get these notes down, there's little emphasis. Alright, and if it helps you, go to YouTube and look up the song Joe Bonamassa's Blues Deluxe, and get the original album, Blues Deluxe album. It's a picture of him sitting on a bench somewhere playing his guitar with his hair a little longer than it is now, but that's the album that you want. Play that song and listen to just the first lick, and then stop the video and then play it the way you just heard it. And pretty much it goes like this. Okay, he plays it pretty fast. Okay, Now, after he plays that, the next note is a slight bend. I use my pinky because we're not looking for a heavy bend on this. We're just going. Okay. So we're going to use our third finger on the 11th fret and we're going to bend it. Alright, so that's E flat. We're bending it up, not quite to E. Then we're coming back to our C note with our first finger on the first string, 8th fret. Okay. Then we're on B flat on the so we're walking back, right, from high to low again on this scale. So we're going to the first three notes, bend with the pinky, first finger on the 8th fret on that first string. Then we'll just plant your pinky down on that same 11th fret on the second string, okay, B flat. Back to G on that second string, right, on the 8th fret. So third finger goes to the third string on the 10th fret, okay, and then we're gonna go back to the first finger, and then we're going to hammer on with our second finger back to that E. So we're going to from E to D to E flat, like that, okay? Then we're coming back up with our third finger to that C note, and then we're going to play B flat, okay? And that's the last note on this lick. So he's. And again, listen to the song. If you're an intermediate, you've been playing a couple of years, listen to the song after we've learned this. So let's do this part slow, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time, I'll go a little slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Alright, I'm not sure if I actually did it slower, so I'm going to do it one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There we are. I think that was slower. So if you're just starting to play, work your way up to that speed. You know, go as slow as you need to go. Now, for some of you guys who have been playing a while, basically that again, there's some emphasis. After you've gotten played this lick more than a couple of times, you want to get it so it's. You can actually do hammer offs, you know. You want to emphasize the ending. That's what you want to get, is you want to get the notes in. Right? Now, there's actually a second guitar player, and but you can add this because there's space in between his playing. I mean, so he plays that next. I use my second finger and I just bar the 8th fret, the two strings, first and second string, across the C and the G note, like that. And that's all he does, just a quickie. After you hit that note, muffle it with this hand so it stops ringing. Okay, you really want it like that, okay? So let's start from the beginning. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. One more time, we'll go a little slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Stop the ringing and then hit those two notes. It's called a double stop because you're using two notes. Okay. So the next thing we want to do after we play that next, he plays the bass with his thumb right here on the 6th string on the 8th fret. That's the bass, it's a C bass. And then he takes his 3rd finger and he bars, really he's barring only the 2nd and the 3rd string. It looks like I'm barring all 3 strings, but concentrate really on those 2 strings, 2nd and 3rd string. And you want to... So what he's doing is he's sliding down from the 8th to the 10th fret. And then he's coming back with his 1st finger, barring those 2 strings again to strike the chord or the double stop. Okay, so it's... And that's how he gets that. And again, that's just really a second guitar player that's doing that. He's second guitar player is playing. And then, you know, that's what I believe. That's what my ears are telling me when I listen to that album, that song. Okay, so let's do it from the beginning one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, one more time from the beginning. I'll do it slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Alright, so then the next lick that he plays is this. Alright, I'm going to show that to you today, and I think I might actually make this video into 3 parts. So after I show this part to you guys, that'll be the end of today's lesson. So basically, I use slides to get the bending notes on here because I've been playing it on my acoustic and I'm also playing it on my electric. But what I would do if you were my student and we were doing an ongoing video exchange lesson for this song, what I would do is show it to you first as slides and then show it to you, make you practice it as bends as well. So you'd play it both ways. So you could play it on an acoustic and you could play it on an electric. Now it also helps to improve your bends, making sure that your bends are getting right on that note. Okay. If you listen to the album, this song that Joe Bonamassa plays, if you ever get to see his live version, especially the one where he plays at Royal Albert Hall, he hits these notes like perfect. He's bending and he's hitting them like perfect every single time, and he's playing really fast. So even I have to practice to get it that fast. I just wish I had started playing guitar when I was 4. So anyway, this is what we'll do. We're gonna, from the last time we played, we're gonna slide with our 3rd finger from the 10th fret down to the 13th fret. Okay, so we slide down and we just pick down and up. Okay, next note after that is on our 1st finger on the 11th fret, E flat. Okay, just like that. Now our 3rd note is the 3rd finger is going to, really this is a bend, okay, but today we'll just practice it as a slide, okay? So alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 times he bends that. Okay, so let's start again from the 10th fret. We'll slide down to the 13th fret on that second. We're sliding down to the C. Alright, and we're going to play first fingers on the 11th fret, E flat to F on the 3rd finger on the 1st string, but we're going to slide to the G note. And I strike up on that 1st string, okay? So it's, so after he slides or bends 4 times to get that note, the next one, there's 3 more notes. And the way he plays that is just bring your whole hand back up so your first finger is lined up with the 11th fret on the 1st string, but you want your 3rd finger to be the first note you play on the 13th fret on the 1st string. Then you play up to the 1st finger on the 11th fret, and you end it for a slight second on that C note. Okay, so he's going. Now the next notes are, we're going to come back to that C note basically, but we're going to come back with our 2nd finger on the 3rd string on the 12th fret. Okay, that's G. So we're going from G to C again on that 2nd string on the 13th fret. And now our 1st finger is going to come over and play again the E flat on the 11th fret on the 1st string. And give it some tremolo, right? It doesn't have to be super fast, but you know, you just want to give it a little bit of tremolo. It helps with the sustain of the note. Now, the very last note is a double stop. It's 2 notes. And we just played. So we just had our fingers where I want you to have your fingers now, right? So go back to where you just played. So now your 2nd finger should be back on the 3rd string on the 12th fret, and your 3rd finger on the 13th fret on the 2nd string. Okay? But what we want to do is slide down in tone. We're going to slide down like that. And then we're going to come right back because we're going to have to play some more notes down here. Alright? So we're not going to go over that today. I'll do that in the 2nd lesson. I'll show that to you guys. And that way you can, you know, practice what I just showed you. And then not worry about what's next until you're ready to play what's next. Okay? So let's start again real slow. We'll start on that lick. Okay, so we'll start on the 2nd string. The 3rd finger is on the 10th fret. Slide down to the 13th fret. All right, well, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let's do it one more time. I'll try to go a little slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Great. Now let's practice a couple more times right from the very beginning of the whole lick, where we have our 3rd finger up here on the 4th string on the 10th fret. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time. I'll try to go a little slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. so you guys have a lot to work with. Like I said again, if you're just starting to play, take what I've given you in tiny steps, you know, do a couple of notes at a time, whatever you can do. Now, if you've been playing a year or so, a little longer, then you can certainly just practice what I've given you the way I've been practicing with you. Keep going over this until you get it up to speed, okay? So eventually you want to get it to about here. I'm not going to play it exactly the way Joe plays it as fast as he does, but... Great. So there you have it. There's today's lesson. In the next lesson, I'll go over what's next in these in this intro. Actually, we're only playing half the intro so far. Have a good night. Talk to you later.